Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed, a $1 trillion opportunity for VCs before Google and IBM eat the whole pie. Interesting. Okay, so I've got this article here for you guys about Hedera, and just from the title you can get the gist of what's going on here. I haven't actually read it yet myself, so I'm definitely intrigued to get into this. But look, does this really surprise me? No. Google are on the governing council, IBM are on the governing council for Hedera, so this isn't surprising. And I think this is pretty accurate. I mean, when you look at everything that Hedera can do, just on tokenization alone, I mean, that is going to absolutely revolutionize the whole industry, right? So when you start thinking about the types of problems that Hedera can solve, yeah, $1 trillion opportunity, of course, 100%. And I do think Google and IBM are going to want to get some of this action. I do think they're going to want to get heavily into Hedera because this is where technology is going. Crypto is the future. And so when you get into this technology, it's adoption, right? It's evolve or be extinct. And I think these companies understand that. And so I think they're looking at Hedera as one of the primary names that they want to use in regards to them adapting to the future. So very interesting just from the headline alone, but let's get into the article and then we can discuss this further. Hashgraph technology is far more revolutionary than blockchain ever will be. This truth has silently been recognized by organizations such as Google, IBM, Boeing, and 26 other global organizations who sit on the governing council of Hedera Hashgraph, which has just been open sourced last year. These council members are quietly integrating Hashgraph technology into their business flows without making a lot of noise. Biden administration wants some of the Hashgraph magic. The White House recently asked Hedera for help regarding open source software security. The Department of Defense, Department of Energy, and the National Science Foundation funded a secure file storage system built on hashgraph, in brackets, Tachyon. Next to that, Hedera affiliated individuals are regulars in Washington, D.C. From CFTC hearings to the Senate floor, a pattern of deep mutual engagement can be witnessed. All of this is happening in an environment where other companies have to fight the SEC in court or find themselves to be labelled as securities. HBAR, the native currency of the Hashgraph network, is not classified as a security due to the extreme measures of compliance taken when initially raising funds and the nature of the token itself, which is used to pay transaction fees on the network. Fastest, greenest, post-quantum secure, and soon most decentralized. Quote, Hashgraph can do everything a blockchain can do, just better. It also does a bunch more things than traditional blockchain networks. Some see it make blockchains fully obsolete in the coming years. Unquote. Goodbye layer 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello layer 0. One main advantage of Hashgraph technology is the fact that unlike Ethereum, it does not require multiple layers to be scalable or even private. Hashgraph can do over 10,000 transactions per second with minimal latency before sharding. Blockchain networks like Ethereum that are inherently slow can actually use Hashgraph to scale. Trillions of TPS? Soon. With the incoming rollout of shards, the Hashgraph will be able to do trillions of transactions per second, making it the prime network to be used for artificial general intelligence. Perhaps one reason why Google is doubling down on Hedera, as can be seen by their recent interviews with the inventor of Hashgraph, Dr. Leemon Baird, regarding AI and DLTs, their Web3 accelerator programs, or hosting the Hedera Governing Council meeting at their HQ. Quote, when Leemon published the Hashgraph white paper, the world changed. The entire computer science community that knew anything about distributed ledgers saw it as a revolution. Unquote. Hashgraph technology is not only the fastest but also the greenest distributed ledger technology in the world. It's actually 1,000 times greener than Visa transactions and 970 million times greener than Bitcoin. Security that is ready for quantum computers. Hedera Hashgraph is one of the most secure protocols we know of. If you want to know why in detail, read Dr. Leemon Baird's blog post. EVM compatible, minimal USD fixed fees, and out-of-the-box tooling. Hedera is EVM compatible and aiming for equivalence. At the same time, the Hedera consensus service can be used to enable decentralized consensus within traditional applications, fully avoiding the need for smart contracts whilst reaping all the benefits of immutable records. Serverless functions and Kubernetes clusters that are used in billions of infrastructure setups can now be based on decentralized consensus. From decentralized identity to Stablecoin Studio and the Hedera Guardian service. Hedera enables seamless tracking of CO2 offsets through the Hedera Guardian. It is slowly becoming a core component of the ESG story of the future. At the same time, banks and central banks are experimenting with Hedera Stablecoin Studio, which enables the creation of stablecoins with proof of reserve and KYC requirements. Hedera also offers decentralized identity SDKs out of the box and lets developers build applications with ZK properties, such as Tajuri, which is revolutionizing the court system in the United Arab Emirates. Most used public network on the planet. It took Ethereum 2 years to reach 2 billion transactions. Hedera does that in 1 week. Hedera does more transactions than Cardano has in its lifetime in 3 days. A market cap that can 500x to 1500x by 2030. Soon it will be more decentralized than all networks. Hedera already has the most decentralized and trusted, incorruptible governance structure. Soon, the network itself will become extremely decentralized with the rollout of community nodes. This will put an end to claims that the hash graph is centralized. Together with shards, a new generation of crypto will slowly unfold that will not only eat the rest of the crypto industry, but also most traditional business processes. From RWAs to CBDCs, DeFi, dApps, and infrastructure, Hashgraph will be at the core of the future. Enterprises, governments, and startups are already embracing this technology, and we will see continuous growth in the coming years. How VC companies can capitalize. The best way venture capital companies can capitalize on Hedera is not only to look at HBAR, but also by creating Hashgraph specific accelerators. The Hedera ecosystem is growing daily, but there is still a lot of space for innovation. Now is the time to understand this technology thoroughly, to build best practices, form connections, and finally to target the enterprise. Okay, interesting, real interesting. I mean, there you have it guys. I pretty much agree with the strong majority of everything that was said in this article, and this just shows you when you start to see it in like a nutshell being broken down like this, it kind of shows you everything that Hedera is doing, and when you just see it all like this condensed into one short article, to me it just screams how optimistic things look for Hedera, and it just shows you how promising they are as a network, in my opinion. Like, it just continues to instill confidence in me, and this is why, again, I'm not getting shaken out by price, man. I'm sorry, but I'm just not doing that. At the end of the day, yeah, okay, the price may not be great right now. Yeah, there may be other cryptos out there performing better. But when I look at everything that Hedera is doing, they are setting themselves up for the future, right? Like, there was an interview with Mance Harmon, and I actually covered it on my channel. I did a video on it. And one of the things that Mance said is that the way they started when they made this company, they wanted it to be a company that would last 100 years. So that shows you how long term they are thinking with their mindset here. So when people are just looking at the current price action, I'm not saying that I'm expecting to wait 100 years for any type of price action, of course not. But what I'm saying is that I'm looking at the way that they are developing and the way that they are thinking when they're trying to build on this network. And I'm seeing that they've got a very long-term mindset. And to me, that's solidifying the foundation of the company. And that's what I think will bring true value to the company, right? Because they're not just going to be doing like a rug pull. They're not just going to do like a pump and dump. They're not going to be doing any of them kind of shady tactics to just try and get a quick buck, right? They're not doing Ponzi schemes or anything like that. They're genuinely trying to really build up a network that is going to stand the test of time. And that's where, as they said in the article, I give a lot of props to the founders of Hedera in regards to how they said they were so careful to try and not get targeted by the SEC. They took a lot of extreme measures to try and ensure that they didn't get into any legal ramifications with HBAR. They wanted to do their best to try and stay compliant. And I really respect that, because seeing how the industry is right now and how the SEC are going on their tirade against crypto as a whole, it's looking like Hedera may be safe, right? Now, I'm not going to say that that's 100% fact, because I don't think they should have gone after Ripple either, but they did. So I don't think that's a guarantee, but the fact that they've got all their ducks in a row and they've been as compliant as they possibly can, I can only think that that's going to go in their favor should they have any kind of legal issues with the SEC. I would think they're in a very strong position. And as we saw with Ripple, they won their lawsuit. So I would think that Hedera would easily win their lawsuit as well, right? So again, I just think that everything that they're doing is just showing you longevity. So I'm not just thinking about the short-term price action. I'm thinking, okay, where is Hedera going to be long-term? Because I'm telling you this now, I do truly believe that at some point, a lot of the cryptos that you see here will be gone. Many of the cryptos that are around will not stand the test of time. I don't think that is going to be the case. Like, there's like over 20,000 cryptos now. I believe like 98% of those will be gone. And the only ones that will be left standing are the cryptos that actually serve a purpose. The ones that are actually doing something that people can help to better their daily lives. So to me, when I'm looking at what Hedera is doing, I'm thinking that's going to be one of the cryptos that stays. And that's why I'm not really concerned about looking at other cryptos, because I can't say for sure what other cryptos are going to do. But when I see everything that Hedera is doing from the research that I've done, I believe it's here to stay. And that's why I feel comfortable. But what do you guys think? HBAR, the $1 trillion problem. Do you agree with this article? Is there anything specific in this article that you really like the sound of, or you thought sounded very promising for Hedera? Do you think all the points that have been made in this article are going to be good for HBAR's price overall long term? Or do you not like this article? Is there anything specific in this article that you didn't like? Is there a reason as to why you don't like it? Or do you just not think any of the points that have been made here are going to be good for HBAR's price overall long term? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.